history is full of firsts.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Many of those firsts shaped our way of life. For 70 years, KPRC Channel 2 has been proud to be pioneers in shaping television and Houston history.
In a state the size of Texas, everyone can enjoy.
Causing the storms Thursday. Minutes before 9 o'clock, the crew's here telling them.
This is the first time in a long they haven't let it. Send us some of your pick.
Isn't it good to work for a place that has a sense of history? And indeed it is.
See, taking the president from Spring to College Station following.
If you have something you'd like Channel 2 Investigates to check out, call the tip line at 713-223-TIPS or email investigates@click2houston.com. Channel 2 News begins right now with breaking news.
Happening right now, 2 investigations at a home in Missouri City, an officer-involved shooting, and 2 people found dead inside of the home. This morning, a neighborhood looking for answers.
It was just rapid gunfire shots, and then it stopped, and all of a sudden, cops came out of everywhere.
What we are learning about both investigations, a live report just moments away. Plus, a teenager recovering this morning after being shot in what police are calling a road rage shooting, where it happened and what we know about that teenager's injuries. And how about a live look outside at the Southwest Freeway? Meteorologist Britta Merwin, you heard that right? Britta Merwin is here with a look at what you can expect this week. People are going to be so confused.
I'm just waiting for all the emails. They're like, I saw you Friday night. Now I'm seeing you Sunday morning. Like, what is going on? It's not Monday. It's Sunday.
No, and you know what? Actually, we should mention Sophia. She's not here because she's going to fill in as a traffic anchor this week.
Yes.
So you can find her Monday through
Friday. Come hang out tomorrow morning with me, which is going to be fun.
Cool.
Yeah,
How
we're
are we
just keeping you on your toes. You know, we're not looking bad. A little more cloud cover, warmer than yesterday.
We loved yesterday.
Yeah, I know yesterday was beautiful. So we're going to see more clouds today, but still going to be a really nice Sunday. We don't really have rain moving in until tomorrow. So that could impact the Monday morning commute. We'll take you through your forecast so you are nice and updated. So there's a live look over downtown. We're waking up to partly cloudy, mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures across the area in the 50s. So not bad. We're at 54 degrees at Bush Airport, low 60s in Galveston. If you're heading out to walk your dog, maybe a light sweater, that's all you really need. We are in the upper 40s in Cleveland and 57 degrees currently in Katy. This is a 15 to 20 degree warm up compared to yesterday. So it definitely is a change of pace. It's because our winds are back on shore. So with that southeast breeze, we pull in that more mild air from the Gulf, a little more humidity out there, and we end up with a really nice Sunday. We'll top off at 68 degrees today. Breaks of sunshine. You might see a stray sprinkle, but those rain chances are really low. That will be going up tomorrow. Right now, you can just see the clouds rolling by on satellite, completely dry on radar. But off to the northwest, we have a cold front moving through Texas. I'll time that out coming up next. Jacob, let you know when you'll be grabbing your umbrella and what the rest of your work week coming up will look like. Over to you.
All right, Britta, thank you so much. Developing overnight, and a story first brought to you as breaking news at 10 o'clock. A home in Missouri City, the site of 2 working investigations. First, an officer-involved shooting and 2 people that were found dead inside the home as well. Channel 2's Taisha Walker is live there now with the latest. Taisha?
Jacob, good morning. Investigators just left the scene within the last half hour after being outside of that house for more than 10 hours. We know that it was a woman inside of the home that called for help and called 911 last night. When a female officer arrived here to the house around 6:45, police say there was a man outside of the home with a gun. We know the officer fired her gun, injuring the suspect. Police say they think that the suspect may have fired his gun as well, but that is part of the active investigation. The suspect was taken to a hospital where we're told he is expected to survive. When officers made their way inside of the home, they found the bodies of 2 people, their sex unknown at this time. Investigators say the deaths do seem suspicious, and concerned neighbors tell us that this is a first for their community.
It was approximately about 7 o'clock, and it was just rapid gunfire shots that just went off, like, 4, 5, 6. And then it stopped, and all of a sudden, cops came out of everywhere, both Missouri City and Stafford, and EMTs. 2 engines were out here, fire engines, ambulances, but they're really not saying a whole lot right now.
And police tell us that this was an isolated incident, that the rest of the community shouldn't have to fear anything else. We do know that they are also working to find out the relation, if any, with the suspect and the 2 people found dead inside of the home behind me. Reporting live in Missouri City, Taisha Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, Taisha, thank you for that report. And new this morning, a teenager hurt in a road rage shooting in Galveston. Now investigators are searching for the suspect that they say pulled that trigger. We're talking about at Galveston Causeway just after midnight, when investigators say that teenager and 2 others were in a car when someone began shooting at them. They rushed to a nearby emergency clinic, and the victim was transferred then to a trauma center. Thankfully, he's expected to survive. Police were given a description of the suspect's vehicle, but so far it has not yet been released. Just in our newsroom, a sheriff's deputy patrol car struck during a crash in northeast Harris County. Investigators say the deputy was stopped at a light when a truck hit another vehicle, sending that vehicle into the deputy's car. Happened near Crosby Freeway and Liberty River Drive. The driver of the truck was arrested for DWI. No one is facing serious injuries, we're told, in that crash. Also new this morning, a massive fire breaking out in Northwest Houston apartment complex happened at Antoine and Tidwell. This around 2 o'clock this morning. Crews say it took firefighters a considerable amount of time to get that fire under control. Altogether, 8 units, we're told, were destroyed. 1 person there was treated for smoke inhalation. So far, no word on what might have started that fire. We are still waiting to find out the identity of a man who was run over and killed by a Mardi Gras float last night. Tens of thousands of people on the parade route as the parade was rolling through mid-city on its way to downtown New Orleans. Officials believe the person was killed while reaching for beads when he was hit by the tandem float and then dragged underneath. This is the second float-related death this week following a woman hit and who died on Wednesday night.
This is a tandem float that is involved, and again, a second fatality of this season. So I do have my concerns, and I think we have to do our due diligence in making sure that this is a safe carnival for everyone.
New Orleans mayor announced Saturday night that tandem floats will not be allowed for the rest of this year's carnival season. Now to the latest in the coronavirus crisis. Japan's health ministry revealing that at least 23 Diamond Princess passengers were not retested for coronavirus before they left that ship. The health minister says the error was due to, quote, an operational mistake. One of the passengers who is not retested and still allowed to disembark has tested positive now for coronavirus since leaving that ship on February 19th. This is the first known case of infection after the end of the passenger quarantine period. 5 Chinese national passengers, by the way, have returned to Hong Kong on a chartered plane after weeks of being quarantined on the Diamond Princess cruise ship. The flight was the 3rd chartered government flight since that time. The first 2 brought back a total of 188 passengers. 20 additional people returned on their own, we're told. All passengers will be quarantined for 2 weeks at a housing estate. And in Italy, the number of coronavirus patients in the northern part of that country has risen now to 51. Italian officials also confirmed that a second person has died after contracting the virus. The number of infections has spiked across the globe, with nearly 78,000 confirmed cases worldwide across 5 continents. More than 2,300 people have died worldwide. Over to Decision 2020 now. The caucuses are over in Nevada, and Bernie Sanders is being declared the winner in a victory that many Democrats say draws a line between the frontrunner and a group of followers. Jay Gray is in Las Vegas with a closer look at the vote and what comes next.
Actually, I need to collect your ballots.
As the ballots are gathered, the votes
and ballots in hands
counted. The results are a bit delayed but clear. NBC declaring Bernie Sanders the winner early.
We have just put together a multi-generational, multi-racial coalition, which is going to not only win in Nevada, it's going to sweep this country.
Longtime Democrats calling the Nevada vote a defining moment in the campaign.
I just think there's one big, huge, screaming story here tonight and that is there is a front runner. The tenor it has changed in this race.
But for the other candidates, it sounds like there's no change in their commitment or resolve.
We're alive and we're coming back and we're going to win.
As usual, I think we have exceeded expectations.
We have a lot of states to go, and right now I can feel the momentum. So let's stay in this fight.
So we are moving on from the battle-born state with a battle on our hands.
A battle that intensifies quickly now, with a primary next weekend in South Carolina, followed by Super Tuesday a few days later, when voters from 14 states will go to the polls.
And Bernie Sanders will be in Houston today. Sanders leading the Democratic field, as you just heard, heading into the state's presidential primary. He'll be holding a rally at the University of Houston Fertitta Center today at 1 o'clock. Tickets are not required at that event, and it is free to the public. Well, rising floodwaters are making a situation very dangerous in Peru. The floodwaters tossing around cars like toys. What we're hearing about deaths connected to those floods. Also next, an accused rapist in Florida goes before a judge. The surprising way we're told he lured his victim.
Good morning. Your time is 6:12. We're looking good this morning. A little more cloud cover. That means a mild start. Still cool in the 50s, so grab a light sweater, but it's not as cold and brisk as yesterday. Meanwhile, this afternoon, very comfortable. We're going to top off in the mid to upper 60s, mostly cloudy skies. You might see a stray shower, but our rain chance is extremely low, so be prepared for a mainly dry day. Those showers move back in the forecast for tomorrow. Here's a snapshot of your afternoon. Jacob, right where we should be, in the upper 60s. We'll talk about some rainfall for the Monday morning commute coming up.
Looking pretty good. Thank you so much, Britta. A convicted sex offender in Florida is accused of luring a woman to a fake job interview before sexually assaulting her. 43-year-old Jason Minton of Deland appeared before a judge on Saturday on kidnapping and sexual battery charges. Investigators say Minton met a woman at a restaurant this week for a fake job interview. Then surveillance video from the parking lot shows Minton dragging the apparently incapacitated woman into his truck. He allegedly then drove the victim to an unknown destination and raped her. 2 people have been arrested in connection to the disappearance of a missing 15-month-old from Tennessee we told you about yesterday. Evelyn Boswell's grandmother and another man have been charged with theft after they were found driving a stolen BMW. On Saturday, dozens gathered for a vigil to pray for the return of Evelyn. The 15-month-old disappeared weeks ago, was last seen by a sitter on December 11, but wasn't reported missing until this week. The community says they hope raising awareness will help bring Evelyn home.
She's been missing for 2 months and no one said anything, and she's been missing for 4 days, and our community has done more than I've seen in a long time.
According to investigators, Evelyn's mother has been cooperating with them, but has been giving conflicting stories. Heavy rainfall and flooding has led to dangerous conditions in one part of Peru. You're looking at video there of what's going on. 3 people so far have been killed after their cars were washed away. 2 of the 3 deaths were a father and a son who were in a car that was flipped over by the floodwaters. Peru is in the midst of its rainy season, which usually extends through April. Well, the Rockets have a bumpy ride in Utah, but they're able to pull off a win. Who stepped up and put the team on his back for an incredible comeback? Vanessa Richardson is coming up next with This Morning Sports.
Probably the most of that. Pass. Wow.
Good morning and welcome
welcome into the Xfinity Sports Desk. Well, the Rockets are all in on small ball and visited Utah last night to take on the Jazz. Of course, we remember 2 weeks ago when Utah was in town and they won on that last-second shot. The West is so close. The Rockets really needed this win. They got behind 59-56, but here's Russell Westbrook kind of helped them here. And then third quarter, check this out. Harden to Westbrook. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see that slow-mo. Look at that perfect lob pass. The Rockets had 38 points in the third quarter, went on to win 120-110. And the Houston Roughnecks are quickly becoming known as the most dynamic XFL team, and yesterday's game in Tampa just solidified that even more. The Roughnecks were 2-0 heading into yesterday's matchup, which happened at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Let's go to the first quarter. A pass to who else but Cam Phillips, the wide receiver, continues to absolutely dominate this league, and this put the Roughnecks on the board 6-3. But it's the XFL. Why not go for three? PJ Walker gets it to Sam Mobley for the 9-6 lead. Vipers did make a comeback, but PJ Walker took care of business. Walker with the rushing touchdown to put the Roughnecks back on top. Cam Phillips was the story of the game once again. 8 receptions, 194 yards, 3 touchdowns. What a game for the Roughnecks. They win this one 34-27 and move to 3-0 on the season. And this from our partners at Vipe. Congratulations to Cy Creek's Amanda McLeavy. She won her second straight 6A state championship, this time in the 102-pound weight class. Check out how she celebrates with her coach. She flips him over. That's my kind of girl. Show him who's boss. Congratulations to Cy Creek's Amanda McLeavy. That's all for morning sports. We'll have more coverage coming up later in the day.
That's what I call a celebration. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, definitely very interesting. My computer decided to take a little pause.
Yay, we love that.
Right? We love that. Don't worry, though. I'm going to go fix it. So while I walk over and get it back in, we are waking up to warmer temperatures this morning, so that's good news to pass along. Don't worry, it'll only take me a minute to wake it back up. Here it goes. And we're back in business. So, by the way, Jacob, there was a party last night. Did you know?
I heard there was a party last night. I was not up.
So both Jacob and I probably slept through all of this. But Galveston had quite the evening. Very quiet this morning, though, on the Strand. You can tell everybody's packed it up for the night. We, of course, have that Tuesday coming up. And then Ash Wednesday as well. So a lot of things going on as we head into next week. Here's a look at your temperatures this morning. Low 60s in Galveston, 50s here in town. So it's a warmer start compared to yesterday by about 20 degrees. You're going to notice the difference. Maybe a light sweater. That's all you need. You don't have to bundle up too much. And the reason why we're starting to warm up is our winds are now shifting back on shore. So with that southeast breeze, we are going to have a warmer afternoon. Unfortunately, a little more cloud cover. It's not going to be as bright as sunny as yesterday, but still really nice Sunday. You're going to love it. Get outside and enjoy it. 68 degrees expected late this afternoon. And then if you have plans for tonight, not bad. We're actually going to keep it in the 60s, a very mild overnight as we head into Monday, and that's because we're ramping up for a cold front. So we just have a little bit of cloud cover, dry for right now, but we have showers off to the north and west with that cold front, and that is going to bring in a round of showers for tomorrow morning. So the Monday morning commute going to be a little soggy out there, scattered showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, nothing severe, but we know how it goes. You have a little bit of wet pavement. Sometimes it can cause issues for the Monday morning commute. Meanwhile, we have a second cold front on Tuesday. That cold front is going to bring back winter temperatures. We're not expecting rainfall with it, but when you see the 10-day, it's a pretty big dramatic drop in temperatures. We're talking low 50s for afternoon highs and overnight lows close to the freezing mark. Now with our cold front tomorrow, we're only anticipating about a quarter to a half an inch rainfall, maybe certain spots up to an inch. So again, no flooding concern. It's going to be inconvenient and a nuisance as those showers move through mainly during the morning commute and through the early half of the afternoon. Here's a full look at that 10-day forecast. 68 degrees for today. We're in the 70s tomorrow. Very mild start to the work week with those showers rolling through, and then the temperatures bottom out on Wednesday. We will only have daytime highs in the low 50s, overnight lows in the Thursday in the 30s. It's going to be a chilly start for Thursday and Friday, and kind of crazy, Jacob, that we do not have rain for rodeo cook-off. I'm glad to report that we're going to have sunny skies. We're just dealing with those winter temperatures, but I feel like most of the time we have that icky cold rain. At least this time we get sunny skies.
Almost every time.
I know. We get lucky this year.
I hope so. Looks really good. Looks very good. Thanks, Britta. Hey, we've got some great news coming. This is a great story. The shot felt across the basketball world. That's what we'll call it. An incredible show of sportsmanship and an amazing moment for one special boy. That's coming up next. Welcome back. Our next story this morning, a buzzer beater at a high school basketball game and the assist that no one there will ever forget. Katie Beck has our Inspiring America report.
With the end of the game closing in, South Dakota senior Gabe Smith got the pass and took the shot. Gabe, who has Down syndrome, loves few things more than playing basketball with his team.
He likes to shoot threes and he loves Steph Curry.
Missing the three-pointer might have been the risk he'd always regret, but what happened next made it a victory he'll always remember. A player on the opposing team rebounds the ball and instead of taking it down the court, passes Gabe a second chance. Sinking the shot just in the nick of time.
Mostly just made me feel proud of him because that shot doesn't go in without putting in the work that he's obviously put in.
Gabe's team won the game, but the scoreboard couldn't capture the bigger triumph.
It's great to see those kids showing their sportsmanship and to realize that it's more than just about basketball. It's more than just a game.
Kindness won this game by a long shot. Katie Beck, NBC News.
What a nice story. Well, coming up, a stepson accused of stabbing his stepfather. The details just coming into our newsroom next.
Live from KPRC, this is Channel 2 News Today.
What a tease. We were there and then we were not there. Now we're back.
We're here.
We don't usually get to see each other because you work in the morning during the week and I work at night.
I know. It's
so
a nice treat. I know. I had a little stint with the evening crew on Friday. Now I get to hang out with you. And Sophia's going to be on traffic tomorrow, so just keep on. It's nice.
And Cambrell is going to be there tonight.
Yes, Cambrell's working tonight.
Everybody.
A Sunday treat. So weather is just as interesting as our ever-changing shifts. We have some rain in the forecast for tomorrow, but not today. So Sunday's looking great. And we're waking up warmer this morning. So a good start to the second half of our weekend. Let's take a live look outside. You can't see the clouds, but they're there. That's our Kaplan Sinus Relief camera. A little cloudy over downtown this morning. That is helping us out temperature-wise. So this time yesterday, we were running about 15 to 20 degrees colder than we are right now. It's cool in the 50s, but all you need is a light sweater. So if you're heading out to walk the dog, you're going to be in good shape. We're at 58 degrees currently downtown. Upper 50s in Sugar Land. Galveston, I'm sure most of you are sleeping, very tired. Low 60s right now for you. Let's take you through the rest of your day. Not bad. We'll be in the 60s for lunchtime, and we're going to keep it in the 60s today, but we'll get up to about 68 degrees, just breaks the sunshine. Although you might see an isolated sprinkle and cloudy skies, it's going to be a mainly dry day. We're holding off the rain until tomorrow, but unfortunately, the timing could mess with the Monday morning commute. Right now, just some cloudy skies, but look off to the northwest. We have a cold front on the way, so coming up, Jacob will time everything out, let you know what the Monday morning commute does look like and the rest of the work week. Over to you.
All right, sounds good. Looking forward to that. Thank you, Britta. Now back to that breaking news we've been covering all morning. Investigators working two different crime scenes at one home. The first, an officer-involved shooting, and then on the other hand, two bodies that were found inside of that home in Missouri City. Channel 2's Taisha Walker live now on the scene with the latest. Taisha.
The Fort Bend County District Attorney's Office, as well as Texas Rangers, will be conducting a joint investigation into those two incidents, as you mentioned. First, the death investigation happening inside of that home and the officer-involved shooting that took place in front of it. We know that it was a woman last night around 6 o'clock that made a call to 911, a call for help. When a officer arrived, a female officer arrived, she was greeted by a man outside of the home with a gun, according to police. We know that the female officer did fire her gun, injuring the suspect. Police believe that the suspect did get to fire his gun as well, but that is all part of the active investigation. We know that the suspect was taken to a hospital where we're told he is expected to survive this morning. We also know that when officers did get a chance to go inside of the home, they found the bodies of two people. Investigators say their death seems suspicious, but they're not ruling it a homicide at this point. Neighbors telling us they recall hearing several gunshots at the time.
Oh, I knew it was gunfire. I heard it immediately because I had the window open in my kitchen. And I heard it, and I went to look out, and I didn't see anything. So then I stepped outside, and that's when I saw the sirens and blue lights and heard all the commotion.
Also part of the investigation, what relationship that suspect who was armed with a gun had with those two people that were found inside of the home, if any. Reporting live in Missouri City, Taisha Walker, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
All right, Taisha, thank you for that update. New this morning, a woman fighting for her life after police say she was shot in the head. It happened on Glenmont and Rampart Street in West Houston around 11:30 last night. Investigators say they found the woman after responding to reports of a drive-by shooting. She was rushed to the hospital and she now remains on life support. Also new this morning, a man recovering after police say he was stabbed multiple times by his stepson in North Harris County. According to deputies, happened off Stone Bluff Drive near the Hardy Toll Road. Investigators say those two got into an argument before the man was stabbed in the neck and in the ribs. He was rushed to the hospital and is now in serious but stable condition. After the stabbing, that suspect ran away from the scene, but he was quickly captured and arrested. A vigil has been held for the father who was gunned down in front of his 3-year-old twin sons. Jamarcus Martin shot at Haverstock Hills Apartments in North Harris County last Sunday. Family and friends released red and black balloons in remembrance of the 28-year-old. They say he was a loving father who put his sons first.
He was a happy person, never mad. Only thing get him worked up is his twins. So we have a part of him. It hurt because he's not here with them and they need their dad. As soon as we came in here, my daddy.
Oh, that's so sad. 41-year-old Juan Jose Williams is accused of killing Martin. He was arrested on Friday. Now to the latest on the spread of the coronavirus. Overnight, South Korea's president put the country on its highest alert for infectious diseases. The country has seen a drastic surge in new cases in just the last 3 days, most of them from a religious group in the southern city of Daegu, which is now under special management. Government officials have shut down religious services there to stop the spread. Nearby, a U.S. military base is restricting access on and off the base. Non-essential travel to the city has now been prohibited.
The nice thing is, because we can be secluded from the general population, people are more safe on our base than they are off the base. People are nervous. They're spooked. You know, if somebody is sick near them, they're very nervous.
The government there has designated parts of South Korea as special care zones, meaning more doctors and funds will be provided to those areas. A celebration of life ceremony for Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna is happening in L.A. tomorrow. The public memorial is happening inside the Staples Center at noon. Invited guests include family and friends of the Bryants, along with players from the Lakers and, of course, NBA officials. Fans could also purchase tickets to that memorial, with proceeds going towards Bryant Charity Organization. Now we're to Decision 2020. The caucuses in Nevada are over. Bernie Sanders is declared the winner there. Longtime Democrats calling the Nevada vote a defining moment in that campaign. But for the other candidates, it sounds like there's really no change in their commitment or resolve to win.
We're alive and we're coming back and we're going to win.
As usual, I think we have exceeded expectations.
We have a lot of states to go, and right now I can feel the momentum. So let's stay in this fight.
So we are moving on from the battle-born state with a battle on our hands.
Next, a primary in South Carolina, followed by Super Tuesday a few days later, when voters from 14 states will all go to the polls. Democratic presidential hopeful Bernie Sanders will be in Houston today, by the way. Sanders leading the Democratic field, heading into the state's presidential primary. He'll be holding a rally at the University of Houston Fertitta Center today at 1 o'clock. Tickets are not required for that event, and it is free and open to the public. The good times were rolling through the streets of Galveston last night for the Knights of Momus Grand Night Parade we told you about yesterday. Here's another look at some of the fun. Thousands of people lined the streets to see the amazing floats and, of course, catch some beads.
I love Mardi Gras. It's super fun. Like, what's not to look forward to? So I grew up doing this. It's like the best. Like, get your families to come down because you'll enjoy it.
So we know many have watched it right here on Channel 2, but in case you missed it, you can relive that excitement of the parade right now on click2houston.com. You will find a photo gallery on the homepage. An end of an era in Miami Heat basketball officially marked today. Coming up, retiring Dwayne Wade's jersey.
This As Seen on TV product claims to rival any lighter. There's no fire, no flame, and no fuel needed. We're putting it to the test coming up.
Left devastated by Hurricane Harvey 2.5 years ago. Wortham Theater's basement filled with 12 feet of floodwater. You remember that? That was then. Years later, and after renovations totaling $100 million, the theater center is back and better than ever. Last night, the Wortham Center was back in the spotlight, hosting the Houston's Ballet Ball. It was transformed into utopia in honor of the golden anniversary. The elegant evening included silent auctions, first-class entertainment. That, of course, included company dancers.
I think one of the special things about Houston as a city is the level of philanthropy that we have here. And tonight is a celebration of that. It's so fantastic to have the support of a ballet company to last for 50 years with our building next door connected to this beautiful theater, all raised by all these people. It's wonderful to come together and celebrate that. It's a unique thing for this city. It's a Houston special.
And the money that was raised will go right back to the Houston Ballet. Well, whether you're lighting birthday candles or a stogie, you want a lighter that works. So this morning, consumer expert Amy Davis is testing a lighter that has no flame and needs no fuel, but claims to work better than a regular lighter.
The Atomic lighter is rechargeable with a USB. It costs us $19.88 at Walmart. And if it works as advertised, they say your regular Bic is no match.
Now harness the power of lightning in the palm of your hand.
The Atomic lighter uses dramatic sound effects to sell you on.
The secrets are lightning bolt technology.
I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to work out.
John Ellie's not easily excitable, but he was up for a test of the product.
Well, I was wondering how it would light something that won't fit in between those two little prongs.
Something like a cigar. Ellie huffed and he puffed. The Atomic lighter was not fast. It was hard to get the whole end of the cigar into its electric arc.
I'd probably just use a regular gas lighter with a flame.
Yeah.
I think it would probably be a little quicker and a little less fiddly.
Unlike feeble, pathetic lighters that blow out with a whisper, this thing will never let you down, even during the windiest rainstorm.
We had to make our own wind. Okay, here we go. And rain, and Ellie brought the jokes.
See if we can light a candle in the wind and channel Elton John.
The lighter did hold up to a strong breeze from this fan. There we go. Even lighting a paper towel. This is our rain.
We've got simulated rain.
And the arc stayed lit even in our rainstorm.
I don't know that you could do that with a Zippo or a Bic lighter.
When the lighter loses its charge, you simply recharge it with a USB.
Well, I think it lives up to its promise. It's a workable lighter.
The Atomic lighter outstands wind, rain, and Ellie's office is still standing. Thank goodness no one called OSHA. For that, Ellie gives it all.
No, I think thumbs up.
The only thing Ellie did not like the lighter for was his cigars, but he thought this would be a handy gadget to have in his vehicle for when he needs it. I'm consumer expert Amy Davis, KPRC, Channel 2 News.
As seen on TV, well, one of the best players to play the game of basketball hung up his high tops for the last time last year. But last night, Dwayne Wade was honored for all the great things he did on the hardwood for the Miami Heat. He became the 5th player in Heat history to have his jersey retired. He credited his mom for his hard work ethic. That is what you do at that moment. You credit your mom for all the good things that happen in your life.
I think both of us are just hoping that one day one of our children says, yeah, it's because of mom.
That's right.
Hopefully dad in your case, right?
Well, we know they can say mom.
Yeah. Your wife is definitely working real hard. If you're just joining us this morning, we hope you're having a great start to your day. A little more cloud cover this morning, but it's helping us out temperature-wise. This time yesterday, we were waking up cold and chilly. Right now, just a little cool out there. Grab a light sweater. That's all you need. This is a live look from our tower camera. A little more cloud cover, as I said. 54 degrees currently here in Houston. Low 60. 60s in Galveston, so those clouds kind of hold in the heat overnight. Meanwhile, our winds are turning back on shore. Right now they're coming in from the east, but slowly and surely through the afternoon, will shift from the southeast, and that is going to bring in some higher temperatures today. We'll be topping off in the upper 60s. Not a bad day at all. Unfortunately, not that bright sunshine like yesterday, but still a beautiful Sunday. You do have a slight chance of seeing a past sprinkle, but if that happens, it would be really light, and most of us will not even see that. The rain's holding off until tomorrow, but look at it. It's off in the panhandle. That cold front will be pulling through, and that is going to bring us around to showers for the Monday morning commute. Looks like everything's going to move out by the later half of the afternoon, so the evening commute will be a little easier than that. And then on Tuesday, we have a second cold front. Not going to bring us rain, but this second cold front is going to whip us back into winter. We're talking about afternoon temperatures struggling to get into the low 50s. A batch of really cold air as we get closer to rodeo cook-off, and then we'll just settle in with those winter temperatures for the rest of the work week. With this cold front, we're anticipating about a quarter to a half an inch of rainfall. So again, this is just going to be nuisance rain showers, but the timing is during the morning commute and lasting from, about 6 a.m. to about 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. So just have your umbrella with you. Be prepared for some wet roads. Here's a full look at that 10-day forecast. 70s, nice and warm on Monday. Tuesday, we're waiting for that second cold front, so still a mild day. But look at that drop. 52 degrees on Wednesday with overnight lows flirting with the freezing mark for Thursday and Friday, and we'll keep it pretty chilly for the rest of the work week. Next weekend, as we get closer to rodeo, so far, Jacob, not looking too bad, but we have plenty of time to watch it. Over to you.
Put the sweaters away, take them back out.
Right, pants, shorts, you need everything.
Okay, fine. All right, thanks, Britta. This morning on Houston Newsmakers with Canberra Marshall, Congressman Kevin Brady says the only thing the impeachment did was slow down progress that he wanted to make.
I just saw another poll just 2 days ago that said 2 out of 3 Americans say impeachment was really just done to damage this president. And the same 2/3 are saying enough's enough, move on, start solving some problems, something we've been saying for a long time.
Congressman Kevin Brady and Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia talk impeachment and what's beyond on Houston Newsmakers this morning at 10:30. We'll be right back. It is time to let the good times roll. Fat Tuesday will be here before you know it. Here to tell us about some of the treats to mark the occasion, Bobby Jacker with Three Brothers Bakery. But today is also Banana Bread Day. So let's start with banana bread.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
So we're going to make some banana bread.
Okay.
And here are the ingredients that you need. And first, we need to cream the butter and the salt. And
that's a lot of salt.
Yeah, and we're going to put in our nutmeg. And we're going to cream that, but the magic of TV.
Yeah, magic. We'll pretend like we're creaming it, but
we'll
take notes because this is not just any banana bread.
Yeah,
Three Brothers Bakery banana bread.
And we're going to add some eggs in here, which we
add a couple eggs.
Couple eggs, and our baking powder, and our sugar.
Powdered sugar you use?
Yeah, in this particular one, yes.
Wow.
And then we're going to add our flour.
This looks nothing like that. I got to take notes.
And some raisins. So this one is a little bit different than the one we have in the store. And then we're going to mix all this up. And then once we mix it up, we're going to have the magic of TV.
Look at that.
Our mixture. And you're going to get a pan. Why do you put it in there
like that? Because it looks cool.
Yeah, because it looks better, and we're not at the bakery. So we're going to fill this up.
Got it. Like halfway, 3/4?
About 3/4.
3/4, okay.
And then once we get this all full,
it smells so good.
You can add nuts on top.
Yep.
You know, you can put your nuts on top.
You put some in there too, maybe.
Yeah, we've already put some in there, and you can put the nuts on top, and
it looks like this.
And it looks like that right there.
Like that. Okay, got it.
Or this right here. That's what it looks like.
Happy Banana Bread Day.
Yeah.
But not only that, we've got a lot of other stuff here too.
Yeah, so we brought some king cake because it's Fat Tuesday.
Right.
And we said, oh my gosh, we sell a lot of those. And we'll have those available at our all of 3 stores. And, you know, I brought some bananas, and you can have breakfast with that and put some nuts on it. And,
nutritious
you know,
breakfast.
it's a nutritious breakfast. And shout out to my dad. He's 98 today, so happy birthday, Dad.
Happy birthday, Dad. What's Dad's name?
Sigmund.
Sigmund
Jucker.
Happy birthday, Sigmund Jucker.
Those were the bananas.
Oh, we forgot
to
the
put
bananas.
those in.
You got to put the bananas in there in case you're taking
That's
notes.
right.
You guys, you probably sell a lot of these, but people buy them, and I'm guessing they don't eat all of them at once, and so they've got leftovers, and so the breakfast idea is good.
Right, right. And so there's a lot of options, and we have a lot of options for Mardi Gras and for Banana Nut Day. So if you come to the store, we'll be able to take care of all your needs.
And where can we find you? 3 locations, correct?
That's right.
All right.
We're at
There you go.
Braeswood and Stella Link, 4606 Washington Avenue, and 12393 Kings Ride Lane in Memorial City behind Memorial Hermann Hospital.
You got 3 locations, or if you want to try your own banana bread, you can try that recipe because they had all sorts of good stuff in there. Confectioner sugar? I wouldn't have think that. Thank you so much for coming in. You can watch a replay of this after the show under the community page, and we will be right back. And finally this morning, look at that. An amazing half-court shot. A lucky student sunk the expensive bucket last night during the Gonzaga-BYU game. During an official TV timeout in the first half, a BYU student took part in a half-court shot contest, and he nailed it. Well, after burying the basket, he ran towards the BYU student section and leapt into the crowd. The reward for that bucket was $8,000.
Wow.
That's a lot for a student.
That's a lot for anyone.
And then he fell in. They didn't really catch him there. Oops.
I have a feeling he probably didn't feel that until the next day. Should we chat a little weather?
Yeah, let's do weather.
Yeah, I mean, this is what it looked like yesterday. I won't bother you showing Galveston right now because everyone's sleeping after a very big party night. Temperatures this afternoon are going to be in the upper 60s, so it's a warmer start, a warmer finish, a really nice Sunday. Get outside and enjoy it. This work week, a big change coming our way. So we're going to see some rain during the morning commute tomorrow. Watch out for that. But look at that temperature drop. A second front on Tuesday slams us back to winter in the low 50s. The roller coaster continues, so get ready.
All the way down into the 30s this week. Wow. And you can catch us again. We'll be back at 8 o'clock.